Hey y'all, how's it going? Hope you guys are blessed and doing well and are having a great week thus far, whatever day it is that you're watching this. I just wanted to come on here and share something that God had revealed to me, and I thought, like, yo, this is pretty cool, this is pretty deep, and I wanted to share it with the peoples, with the folks. So, since I have been sharing videos or like posting videos and really just being vulnerable out there, sometimes some videos are harder than others to really post out there. And more recently, since I started the series Confessions of a Reserved Girl, I have been feeling a lot uncomfortable, and I think you guys know that because I don't hide it on the videos either. I kind of just like post and like don't look until hours later. But it's really has been a struggle for me, more specifically towards that aspect of my life. Like, I don't mind sharing in my other videos, like when I'm kind of like just talking about God and what He's done for me and how great He is, and my testimony of how I was evicted, and I didn't have a job for 5 6 months, and all this and all that happened. Like, that stuff matters as well, but it doesn't make me feel the same way that making this Confessions of a Reserve Girl makes me feel. Like, those videos really take a toll on me, like, for real. Like, every time I post, I literally like have like a mini panic attack, like, Angela, yo, what are you doing? You're like, this too much. So this past weekend, I believe, like on Saturday, I think it was Saturday, I was at my friend's house, and I kind of shared something with them that I had experienced that morning, and it was embarrassing for me. And I just felt so naked telling them and sharing with them my experience that morning, and just letting them know like what I had gone through. And like, they're my friends, they're amazing, I trust them. They're not ones to take my vulnerability or take my truth and like bash it over my head, or use it against me for any way, or in any way, whatever. They're great. They're also not the ones to go and just share with anybody, everybody out there either. So my embarrassment was just the shame and the guilt that I felt for what I shared. Like, yeah. And it was just very uncomfortable allowing them to see or hear me experience that. That part of my life, that part of my like thinking, or that part of my spiritual walk with God. Like, I just felt naked, and it kind of made me feel sad and a little frustrated, with God, because I'm just like, yo, like, why do I constantly have to do this? Like, I don't want to do this. I feel naked. I feel like the whole world knows my heart. I feel like the whole world is looking in and just playing, yo, like, this is what she's going through, or this is like who she is. And it is embarrassing. And you know what God said to me? He said, I created you to be naked. He said, I created you. When He created, and then He was just like, yo, think about it. When He created Adam and Eve, they were naked. They were naked until they were deceived. And then once they were deceived by the serpent, that's when they realized, oh my God, we're naked. And then that's when the shame came in. And then ever since then, they started covering themselves up. And then here goes history. We cover ourselves up whenever we're shameful or ashamed, whenever we're like feeling guilty, whenever like any negative thing, we're just like, yo, they can't see this part of me. This is embarrassing. They shouldn't know this. I don't want people to see this. I don't want people to know that. But that's a prison that holds us, that allows the devil to hold us captive into truly being free the way the Lord has called us to be free. And He said that, God revealed that to me. God said, when you are naked, that is a symbol of freedom. The devil can't use anything against you. He can't use that part that you used to be ashamed about. He can't use that anymore, because you're going to be like, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I used to struggle with that. Yeah. Like once it's out in the open, you can't use it as ammo, because it's like, yeah, okay. There is freedom in being naked. It's tough, it's difficult. Trust me. Okay. It ain't easy. But to be honest, like, I do feel a sense of freedom. Like, it may be embarrassing a little bit sometimes, like in the moment or even a little bit after. But once I like get over that, it's like, yeah, this is my life, and I refuse to give the devil, the enemy, any ammunition to use against me to keep me crippled and to hold me back from what God has for my life. No, you're not going to use this against me. You're not going to use my frustration, my anger against me. Like, no, no, you're not going to do that. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to shed some light on it, because when I do that, that creates room for me to let it go, for me to be released from it, for me to be naked and unashamed and free. And so that when other people see me, they're like, no, that girl is free, yo. She's living her life unashamed. Yo, she been through all that. Yo, I want to be like that. Not that I need people to be like me, be like Christ. Yo, be like Christ. But I want them to see Christ through me. And I'm going to continue to share. As uncomfortable as it is, as annoying as it is, I will continue to share, because that is what God has called me to do, called us to do. And so I will not be silent. I will always worship you. Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't believe me, well, first of all, you don't read your Bible if you don't believe me. Like, about the whole naked thing. Because Genesis 3 verse 7 straight up says, then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized that they were naked. This is after the serpent played them both. And then so they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. So whatever you're ashamed about, whatever you feel guilty, whatever, all that doubt and negativity, that is, we use coverings. And what are the coverings? They use fig leaves. Some of us use relationships as coverings for the guilt and the shame and whatever hurt that we've experienced. Some of us use money as coverings. Some of us use makeup as coverings. Some of us use music as coverings. Some of us use exercise as covering. Some of us use ministry as a covering. It's real. But the Lord said He has called us to be naked. So that's all I wanted to share. Have a good night, folks. I hope you guys are blessed. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.